What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my very first check of my very first travel nurse assignment. If you guys missed my very first, I'm doing a lot of very first, right? If you guys missed my very first paycheck to paycheck budget ever shown on my channel, I just put that out a couple of days ago. I will link that up in the eye in the sky. In that video, I showed you guys my entire income for the week, not only including this paycheck, but other income sources that I had as well. So I think it'd be pretty cool for you guys to watch that video, probably after this one. But I did want to go ahead and break everything down because I told you guys a couple of days ago I wasn't going to tell you how much of that money for the week came from my check because I was putting this video out. Just for the record, the way that the videos will probably go from here on out, at least until I figure out whether or not for sure I'm going to continue doing the paycheck to paycheck budgets, it all depends on you guys' response. On Sundays, you guys will see the paycheck to paycheck budget where I always will show my income for the week, break down my bills that are coming out and all of that stuff, how much I'm sending to savings, how much I'm keeping in my checking. Tuesdays, you will get random videos similar to this one. And then Fridays, I'll always be doing the budget check-ins where I go through all of my expenses for the week and show you guys how much of the budget I have left over for the rest of the budget. So that was a mouthful. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show my computer. I have screenshots of my checks because, of course, I had to blur out my personal information. So first thing here. This shows that my gross pay for my very first check is $2,605.65. You guys can see over here on the left hand side, the take home was $2,406.69. So I'm going to go to the next picture where this is actually going to show the breakdown. Now up here, you guys can see I blurred out the information for the travel company, but you can still see what travel company it is. It's not because I'm being secretive, but because I don't know the skill level and the personalities of all of the recruiters in the company. If you guys are interested in this particular travel company, all you have to do is email me at KeAmber@KeAmberVaughn.com and I will give you the information from my personal recruiter because I can vouch for her. I don't know about the other recruiters, so that's why I did that. I don't want you guys just calling the 800 number and just getting some random recruiter and then you have a bad experience, okay? So I'm looking out for you. So down here you can see my marital status is single, and then I do one allowance. Basically, the more allowances you have, the less taxes you have taken out. If you have too much taxes taken out, then at the end of the year you will end up paying more in taxes. So I've said this in various videos, but because I do have extra income on the side that is not taxed because it's 1099, I like to overtax myself in my regular W-2 income so that it balances me out and I won't have to pay as much in taxes at the end of the year. Now, typically I do zero allowances, so I'm tax max, but since I have like over $3,000 in my tax sinking fund as of now, probably almost $4,000, I'm okay with having one allowance and being taxed a little bit less. So I did the breakdown in the video. I'll link it up here. I forget what it's called, but I basically break down my very first travel contract. So I get paid $22 an hour for the first 8 hours of the shift and then $33 an hour for the last 4 hours of the 12-hour shift, because here in California with the labor laws and everything, anything after 8 hours is considered overtime. Now, typically in any other job that I've had, when you see the check and you see like the difference in the hours or whatever, what they'll typically do is, so with this job, 24 hours is $22 an hour and 12 hours every week is $33. You'll usually see like 24 times the 22 and then you'll see 33 times the 12 hours when they have the paycheck breakdown like this. But here, what they do is they show the 22 times all the 36 hours, as you can see right here under regular hours, and then where it says OT premium, which is overtime, then you see that extra $11 being added to the 11.43 hours. So the only reason why I don't have the whole 36 hours for this particular week is because typically I work 7 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. But my very first shift, we weren't able to get there until 7:45 in the morning because we had to get badges and stuff like that. And those places in the hospital don't open until 8 a.m. So I actually thought I was going to be short a whole hour, but you guys can see I was only short like what is that, 0.35 hours. So it's pretty cool. So basically they have the $22 an hour times all of the hours that I worked for the week, and that equals $784.30. And then they have again the $11 an hour, that's the overtime extra for that 11.43 hours, and you can see how much that is, $125.73. This DT premium, I don't know what the heck that means, but it was 0.22 hours, $4.84. Now down here, this is where all of my per diems and reimbursements and stuff happen. So the fingerprint/L is basically my reimbursement for the California license, which was $4.99. And if I go back, what I'm actually gonna end up having to do, because I didn't remember how much, or I didn't know, not remember, I didn't know how much of my license was going to be reimbursed. So in my September budget, I actually had everything at $541.23 because I included like my transcripts and stuff. I didn't know that they weren't going to be reimbursing for transcripts, which you would think I wouldn't get transcripts if I wasn't getting your license, but whatever. So basically like $42.25 of this was not reimbursed. So what I'm probably going to have to do is take that out of this December budget, because the way I did it in my September budget, I didn't take it out of that money at all. Like I didn't subtract it from any of my budget categories. So because of that, just to level everything out for the entire year, I am going to have to take that out of my December budget. So I'll remind myself of that. Actually, yeah, I'm going to remind myself to do that right after this video. So NT travel of $300, that's basically my travel reimbursement. So the way that my company does it, they reimburse 40 cents per mile up to $300. So mine, I can't remember how much it was. I guess I can pull my calculator out really quick. If I do 0.4 times 1,900 miles is $760. But again, I was only reimbursed $300. And that's actually pretty cool because I only spent $270.99 for the entire trip here. Now, of course, that doesn't include how much I paid for my best friend's flight, because I flew him to St. Louis to drive me across and then flew him back home from there. But my dad did give me $400 for the trip here. So really the $300 isn't even reimbursing anything because my daddy basically paid for it. More money in my pocket, right? So next down here, you see the lodging per diem. And the reason why you guys will see this on the tax part, but none of this part at the bottom is taxable income. Okay, this is all tax-free money. So the lodging per diem is $591.78, and that's because technically I didn't start work until Monday. So the per diems that I get per day, which is like $98.63 or something like that, it was only multiplied by 6 instead of 7, because although I got here Saturday, so I was in my place Saturday and Sunday, I didn't start work until Monday, so that's when the per diem started. And then down here is meals, and I don't know what the I stands for, but it's basically my tax-free meals per diem, which is $50 a day. Again, it's $300 instead of $350 because the meals per diem started on Monday. So you guys can see at the bottom right, the net pay again is $2,406.69. So when you scroll down, this part right here shows the tax deduction. So out of all of that income up top, I was only taxed $198.96. And again, that's because the majority of this check were all reimbursements or tax-free per diems anyway. So I really was only taxed on the, what is this, $909, so about $910. So out of $910, I was taxed about $200. Again, this is why when you guys see me do my tax breakdown, I try to overtax myself. So I do a 33% tax. So out of $910, 33% would be $300. But you guys can see I was only taxed $200. I'm one of those people where I like to overestimate my expenses and underestimate my paycheck. So I underestimated how much I would be paid by about $100. Well, $100 for the tax portion, but then I didn't know all my per diems, not the per diems. I didn't know the reimbursement for the license and the reimbursement for the travel would end up being on this check. Because even when I had to put in it's like this travel reimbursement form. It says it could take up to 14 days for you to actually get the reimbursement back. So I actually filled it out like Monday at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then probably like around 12 o'clock that day is when my, my time card was sent to my actual agency. So I didn't think that I would get paid back that yet. And I actually honestly forgot all about the license reimbursement. So yeah, you guys, that is my very first paycheck, $2,400. So what I actually can estimate my checks to be every week is if I take this $784.30 plus the $125.73, that's $910.03. And then if I subtract the $200 that I was taxed, so that's $710.03, and let's just put $710. So then if we add in, and actually I guess I could do it here. So if we do $710, then we add in the $350 for the meals, and then $591.78 divided by 6. So $591.78 plus the extra $98.63 for that 7th day. So I can pretty much kind of project for my check to be $1750.41 per week. I'm gonna see what it's gonna end up being this coming week, and then from there, basically whenever I do my budget, the paycheck to paycheck budget at the beginning of the month, where I actually kind of estimate my income and stuff, I can estimate this kind of sort of to be what my weekly income will be. I'll probably just reduce it to $1,700 just to be on the safe side, because again, I like to underestimate my income. But yeah, you guys, that is my very first paycheck of my travel nurse assignment. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys Friday for the week 3 check-in for the budget. Bye guys.
Doggy style,